want to talk to you about the options of products you can contour and highlight with. A lot of people look down on contouring with a bronzer, which I don't see the problem with it. If you like it, go ahead and use it. I mean, personally, I prefer something that's matte, no shimmer at all, like not even a sheen. But it's up to you. You get a more natural highlight using a matte powder. But if you like something with some shimmer or a little bit of sheen to it, go ahead and use that. I have a few examples here. These two are my favorites. These are the ones I use on myself almost all the time. This is the NYC, it's called Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder, and it's in the shade Sunny. And I hit pan on it quite a while ago. It is well loved, and it's just a matte shade. And personally, because my skin is fair, I choose products that are not so orange. For an example, NARS Casino. That is way too dark for me, and it is way too orange. I swatched it in Sephora on my hand because I was interested in that or Laguna. Laguna had too much sparkle for me, and it also made my skin look a bit muddy. But NARS Casino was way too dark. This is just what I use. So this is okay for those with fair to light, even medium skin, because you can build these up. Another one that I use all the time is the Too Faced Chocolate Soliel. This milk chocolate is perfect for me, and I like it. It smells like chocolate. It smells like hot chocolate mix. Alright, last product I have to show you for contouring powders or bronzing powders is this e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer Duo. I got this at Target. It was super affordable. I hit pan on that also. I use the bronzer side more than the blush side. It's really pretty. Now this one does have shimmer, and this one is quite dark, which means it's good for a wide range of skin tones. And this tends to get a bit muddy on me, so I have to use a really light hand. But it's still really nice. I mean, the shimmer doesn't really transfer to your skin that much. So it's just personal preference. Like I said, I love matte powder, so I'm going to demo with one of my matte powders. A few highlighters that I like to pair. I don't always highlight when I when I contour my skin. Just because my skin gets really oily really quickly, and it tends to make my skin look more oily than it is. But sometimes I do, and in certain places it looks really nice and really flattering on me. So I only have one highlighter that it's actually a baked blush, but this is way too light to be a blush. It does have a little bit of pink running through it. It's like a champagne color, and it's really pretty. I got this at the e.l.f. store online. I'll show you my finger. But it's really pretty shine. It's not a shimmer. It just makes your skin look healthy. Swagger on point, so they say a nigga's nothing, couple dollars in my pocket, but to me. Okay, so I like to start off with contour always. I personally like to use the e.l.f. blush brush. It's nice and cheap, and it's fairly good quality for the price. This is $3 at Target. Sometimes I like to use this Tarte blush brush also. I recently used it for blush, so you can tell. But any brush with this shape, or the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush is a really nice shape too, just to fit right in the hollows of your cheek. I will show you all my technique using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'll show you with the Expert Face Brush. So you just swirl it, and then I like to tap off any excess. That way it won't fly everywhere and you won't waste product. Okay, so if you don't know how to find where you need to contour, a good tip is you can just take like a handle of a brush, put it up by your eye, and roll down. And when you feel it indent here, that is your cheekbone. And sometimes you can kind of tilt your face in a way, and you can see here. You take your brush loaded with your product, and then I like to start here. So place it in the hollows of your cheek, and then I like to just pat it And I don't do big circles because that would be more of a larger area, and I'm trying to slim my face. And you don't want it sunken in here. You just want it sunken in here to make a nice streamline on your face. And generally, I stop here near the corner of my brow. You really don't want to go too far in. So you just go here, and you can go in little circles to blend it. And I like to lay down my contour first before I blend. And you load up with more product. Another place I like to contour is the angles of my jaw. So you go here and down here. I like to contour under my chin also. So you start here and just go down. Just follow under your jawline. And this is for natural everyday. And sometimes you can go down your chin if you want. Or down your neck, not your chin. And I'm looking over here because there's a mirror, sorry. But I don't have a viewfinder on my camera. So I have an old school camera. So I'm looking over here. You just keep blending. You can use this same brush, or you can switch to a clean brush. I like to lay color down and then blend. So this is pretty good for me, but if this is too harsh for you, you could always, take a brush that you powder with. This is the e.l.f. powder brush. These are awesome. And just run over it. Once again, don't do like that because it'll diffuse it into places you don't want. The places you contour are going to sink your face in and make you look slimmer. If you tend to overdo it, it's kind of simple to fix. You could always take your setting powder or translucent powder and dip a bit in and just go over it. And it's the same concept blending out your eyeshadow. You can just blend out your contour. So I do like a stronger contour, so you can always build it up. And this is just one of the many techniques. This is just the simplest for me because you just use these products. Some people like to use concealer and highlighter for their contour and highlight, which is great if you want a more dramatic look, but for me this is good for every day. Okay, so there's my contour. I don't know if you can tell. I can definitely tell between this side and this side. And I'm going to go on to my highlight. Once again, you can use this brush or kind of like a less dense brush like this. See how that powder fly off my hair? Or a duo fiber brush is okay to use. If you want to concentrate it more, use a flat foundation brush. Or you could just use a little tiny stippling brush. Take your highlighter, I don't know why I'm holding that because I'm going to use this one. Just get a bit of product, tap it off because you can always add more. And you want to go right above your contour, so not here, but here. And you place it, and where you highlight, your face is going to stand out. As opposed to contour, it's going to make your face kind of sink in, if you will. I don't remember if I said this before, but it's always good to apply setting powder before you contour and highlight, because sometimes, depending on your products and the texture of your skin and what type of skin you have, like oily skin, if you put it on, it's a lot harder to blend out, and sometimes the color just sticks to where you place it, and you can't blend it, and it ends up looking blotchy and, kind of spotty, which is no good. So just go here and lay it down in a straight line. Sometimes I like to highlight just above the brow, ever so slightly, nothing crazy. and always highlight underbrow, but I always do that when I do my eye makeup. And just a touch under here. Just a touch. But you can see it makes your skin nice and dewy. You can take it and just blend it out. And lastly, I like to just pop on some blush. Lately I've been using Maxwell Dress. It's just a super light blue tone pink. And then you just place your blush right where you want it. And a tip for blush placement. A lot of people smile and put it on the apples of your cheek, but I learned this tip from Goss makeup artist. But if you put it on the apples of your cheek, just think about it. If you smile, your blush is here. It's in the right place when you smile, but when you stop smiling, it goes down. You don't want your blush to be here. Blush is supposed to give your face color and uplift your face. So I like to place blush usually anywhere between kind of the outer quarter of my eye, outer third of my eye up, because that way it uplifts your face. If your blush is here, it's just like ugh, and it's not very flattering. So there we go, there's one half of my face, and the other half I'll just show you quickly because I already explained everything on this side. Okay, so now you can see my whole face is contoured and
I'm all about that hustle. I'm headed to the top. I'm in the fast lane and I don't plan to stop.